In the depths of Professor Evo's lab, Red Tornado is trapped, powerless, immobilized, and forced to watch helplessly through a portal as chaos unfolds. On the other side, his heart aches as he sees Amazo standing menacingly close to Kathy Sutton, the woman he loves. The threat is clear, and the torment of inaction weighs heavier than any physical restraint. High above the skyline of New York, the wind howls as Vixen soars through the air. Her body trembles with the struggle to maintain control over the primal forces raging inside her. The pull of the animal totem within her grows stronger, almost like a whisper calling her name. And then, she senses it, a flicker of recognition. The totem is near. For the first time in hours, a smile breaks through her feral expression. Meanwhile, outside Kathy's apartment, the Justice League strikes with precision and fury. There's no room for hesitation. In one fluid motion, Wonder Woman's golden lasso whips through the air and coils tightly around Amazo, divine truth anchoring a mechanical god. Simultaneously, Superman launches upward, eyes glowing red with righteous fury, aiming twin beams of heat vision straight at Amazo's eyes. From the shadows, Batman and Green Lantern coordinate an attack on the android's lower body, each targeting his legs in an attempt to sever his mobility. Batman's blades flash with surgical accuracy, while Green Lantern's construct buzz with emerald energy, slicing like saws. Overhead, Black Canary unleashes a piercing scream aimed directly at Amazo's sensory receptors. Her sonic cry is joined by a surge of raw electricity from Black Lightning, both zeroing in on the antennae mounted on Amazo's head, the source of his terrifying ability to absorb and replicate powers. Roy Harper watches the entire operation unfold from a distance, quietly impressed. "This is as coordinated as I've ever seen us," he mutters, recognizing the sheer efficiency of the assault. And it's true. The League moves with a speed and synergy so sharp that even Amazo, with all his replicated gifts, struggles to keep up. But then, everything changes. Amazo taps into the abilities of the parasite. In an instant, the tide turns. Where once the League overwhelmed him, now their strength becomes his. As he begins draining their powers one by one, the heroes falter. Their momentum vanishes. Their bodies weaken. What was once a flawless attack crumbles into desperation. And Red Tornado, still locked behind the portal, can do nothing but watch it all collapse. The battle turns with brutal swiftness. Hal Jordan is the first to fall. His willpower flickers as Amazo drains the energy from his ring, his emerald constructs shattering like glass. Superman follows seconds later, his knees buckling, the invulnerability stripped from his Kryptonian frame as Amazo siphons his powers with terrifying precision. Wonder Woman lashes out with her fists, but even her divine strength can't withstand the onslaught. Her body slams into the ground, limp and stunned. One by one, the Titans begin to fall. Above the fray, Hawkgirl sees the opening and dives. Her mace crackles with mystic energy as she brings it down with all her fury, only for Amazo's form to shift and twist, rubberizing his body with Plastic Man's stolen elasticity. The impact absorbs into his shape like water into cloth, leaving him unharmed. Across the battlefield, Kathy Sutton still stands, desperate, defiant. With trembling hands, she raises the Mega Rod again, the weapon humming with unstable energy. But before she can fire, a sharp whistle cuts the air. It's Roy Harper. His aim is true. An arrow strikes Amazo's back, not to wound, but to strike something far more important. The totem. Vixen's totem. The effect is instantaneous. A jolt of pain flashes through Amazo. Across the city sky, Vixen gasps. She feels it, her connection restored, her path clear. Without hesitation, she dives like a missile from the clouds. Her body morphs midair, muscles expanding and bones thickening as she channels the raw, prehistoric power of a charging Triceratops. Her velocity becomes unstoppable. With a thunderous crack, she crashes straight through Amazo's chest, tearing through circuitry, power, and stolen might. He falls, Sparks burst from his wounds. Power bleeds from every fracture. The rest of the league watches in stunned silence as their enemy crumbles, overwhelmed not by force, but by a loss of control. He's absorbed too much, stolen too many powers, and now, without the means to manage them all, his own body is beginning to turn against itself. But elsewhere, a new crisis is unfolding. Back inside Evo's lab, Red Tornado stands bloodied and barely intact. His body is battered, sparks dripping from cracked armor. Solomon Grundy towers above him, relentless and monstrous. Every breath Tornado takes is an effort, every movement laced with pain. And yet, he fights. With what strength he has left, Tornado stumbles toward the wreckage of one of his fallen duplicates. Among the debris, he finds it, a single glove still functional. He slips it on, the circuitry sinking for one last blast. Electricity surges. A bolt of pure energy lashes out, slamming into Grundy's chest and staggering the behemoth. For a moment, it seems like the tide might turn, but it only enrages him. With a guttural roar, Grundy lunges forward, grabs Tornado's arm, and rips it clean off. Tornado screams. Circuits crackle. The pain is immeasurable. From the other side of the portal, Kathy watches the man she loves torn apart. Her hands rise to her face, and through trembling sobs, she cries out his name. Grundy doesn't stop. With brutal simplicity, he takes Red Tornado's severed arm and lifts it to his mouth. Metal crunches between his rotted teeth as he bites into it like it were flesh. Sparks flash, oil and circuitry spilling down his chin. A grotesque snarl escapes his throat. He's not just savoring the destruction, he's reveling in it. Then, with a roar, he charges forward again. Red Tornado staggers back, one arm torn off, his body sparking, his frame barely holding together. But in the chaos, something shifts inside him. A memory, a name, Kathy. A surge of willpower rises where circuits once ruled. And from that pain, from that loss, comes fury. He plants his feet, and the air changes. A low hum begins to echo through the lab, a pressure building in the atmosphere like a storm drawing breath. Then he releases it. A vortex of wind explodes from Tornado's core, howling like a hurricane trapped in a steel chamber. Loose debris, shattered equipment, and sharp metallic fragments whip through the air like bullets. The wind howls at 200 miles per hour, ripping through cables, walls, even the floor beneath them. But Grundy stands his ground. He roars into the wind, bracing his feet deep into the concrete. Shards of metal slice into him. One jagged piece drives straight through his chest, but he barely reacts. Blood and black ichor pour from his wounds, but he keeps moving forward, step by agonizing step. Tornado grits his teeth. This has to end. He channels everything he has left. Every memory of Kathy. Every scream of pain. Every injustice. His mechanical body vibrates with strain as he pushes harder, the winds accelerating beyond anything he's ever unleashed. 250 miles per hour. 275 miles per hour. 300 miles per hour. The scream of the storm becomes deafening. Grundy takes one more step. Then he stops. His body convulses, torn between resisting and shattering. And in the next instant, he splits. With a sickening sound, the wind cleaves Solomon Grundy in two. Tornado's winds are too much. The monster that refused to die, dies. Silence follows, broken only by the dying whistle of wind. And then, light. Behind him, a green glow pierces the room. Green Lantern's energy slicing through dimensions. Beside it, a crimson and blue blur breaks through the tear in space. Superman. Together, they open the portal. Kathy Sutton doesn't hesitate. She runs through, eyes wide, heart pounding, and falls to her knees beside him. The man she loves, the one she watched suffer through circuits and blood and war, now lies broken on the floor. Red Tornado, no, John Smith, looks up at her, his remaining hand weakly reaching out. His voice is barely a whisper. I won't last unless they put me back in the old body. His eyes close. She calls his name, but there's no response. Time passes. The next time he opens his eyes, he's no longer in the lab. He's lying still, the air calm around him. His limbs feel familiar. His breathing returns. He knows the truth before anyone speaks it. They did it. They saved him. He's back in his old body, alive. But as he lays there, feeling the beat of a mechanical heart inside a synthetic chest, he also knows something else. He knows what he's lost. The sensation of being human, of feeling like John Smith, of holding Kathy's hand with fingers that felt warm, not metal. And that is what he will miss for the rest of his life. And that's the story, folks. Please leave your thoughts below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this one. See you next time.